Right, said Fred, both of us together, one each end and steady as we go. Tried to shift it, couldn't even lift it, we was getting nowhere, and so we had a cup of tea, and right, said Fred, give a shout for Charlie, up comes Charlie from the floor below. After straining, even and complaining, we was getting nowhere, and so we
had a cup of tea. We've used this song many times on Connect Up, haven't we, for various different contexts. This one is different from all of them. Do you want to start?
Yeah, well, like Charlie, we've just come up from the floor below. Right, let's just turn that off. Yes, here we are on Saturday morning, the 4th of May, and we begin with...
grasping the kettle! Obvious.
Yes, or as you put on the paper copy, grasping the kettle.
Oh, no, I haven't. That's definitely grasping.
Oh, that isn't there.
Oh, no.
Wait a minute, let me just hold
Typo.
that up. Oh, you can see the typo. Here we are.
Yeah.
Grasping the kettle.
Okay. Underneath it's correct.
Anyway, as we put in Connect Up this morning, grasping the kettle is something we do a lot when we're in the office, but that's something completely different from
grasping the nettle.
So we do find that plenty of tea helps when we are nettle grasping.
Indeed.
Now, do you want to say a little bit about grasping the nettle as opposed to grasping the kettle?
Yes, okay. So grasping the nettle, people on our PCCs have become very familiar with what this is. But perhaps if you're not on a PCC, then you are less familiar with grasping the nettle. Grasping the nettle is our ongoing initiative for looking at the way that we operate within and around and across our group of churches. And what we're trying to do is start a discussion to look at ways in which we can tackle some of the things we can see coming down the tracks at us now before they reach us. So it's about really being proactive rather than reactive to certain situations. Situations such as the fact that, sadly, at some point in the future, Lindsay will be retiring. We both may well be, moving on at some point.
Hold on just a moment.
Okay. Where are you going?
Keep them talking.
I'll keep them talking.
I'll keep them talking.
Oh.
You keep talking.
Okay, fair
Right.
enough.
Can you repeat that bit again?
Oh, okay. Oh, we're going to have some drama with it now.
Yes.
At some time in the future, Lindsay will be retiring. Not that he looks old enough. I've been rehearsing that though.
Thank you very much.
And we need to ensure that somebody may want to apply to come and take on this group of 9 churches with 9 PCCs. So that's one of the areas. We're also looking at the fact that none of us are getting any younger. We're looking at the way we worship, patterns of worship, all sorts of things across our 9 churches, and we are grasping the nettle. We are trying to make sure that we can put succession planning and provision and the right measures in place to basically ensure that our group of churches flourish and that we're not suddenly faced with some sort of crisis that we can do nothing about in the moment. Would that be a good summary?
But it would be, and
Good.
I think probably what we need to focus on now
Yes.
are the circumstances surrounding Tenterden and St Michael's
Yes,
churches.
indeed.
Because we are, and some of the reasons are set out in the lead to Connect Up today, we are contemplating a merger of the 2 parishes. Now then, because this is fairly complicated to explain, we have organised 2 sessions, and they are information sharing sessions for both the worshipping and the wider communities of St Mildred's and St Michael's. Now, these are both going to take place on Wednesday the 22nd of May. One will be in St Michael's Church at 10:30 a.m. on the Wednesday morning. The other will be in Tenterden Church at 6 p.m. on the Wednesday evening. So 22nd of May, 10:30 in St Michael's Church, 6 o'clock in Tenterden Church. These little sessions are open to all. They're going to cover the same ground, why we are where we are and what a single parish might be and what it might not be. So you can pick which one you come to, find out what a merger of St Mildred's and St Michael's would entail, and share your thoughts with us. So it's a consultation session.
It is.
And we'd like you to come along and
Yes.
see what you think.
And before anyone starts panicking too much, this is about realistically rubbing out an imaginary line on a map, isn't it? In
Yes.
which there are two parishes, the parish of St Mildred's, Tenterden, and the parish of St Michael and All Angels, St Michael's. Rubbing out that little line, merging the two parishes into one larger parish, and keeping two churches within that one larger parish. So in case anyone's panicking, thinking this obviously means we're looking at closing one church or the other, that is not it. This is very much about a governance kind of thing. It's about the way that we run and operate these churches. So
On the ground, nothing will change.
No. In theory, no one is likely to see any changes to things like worship patterns or the fact that there are, in fact, the two churches in the one parish. So come along, particularly if you are in St Mildred's or St Michael's parishes, to either one of those meetings, find out a little bit more what it's about, and that then kind of will be kick-starting a formal period of consultation about this suggested manoeuvre.
Yeah.
But nothing to be scared of.
No. And nothing to be scared of tomorrow either, because it's the 6th Sunday of Easter and our normal pattern of service. I don't think there's anything unusual about tomorrow.
No.
Well, you could say all our services are unusual in their own ways.
They are.
But it's the normal programme of services, and you'll find everything you need to know about those in Connect Up this morning.
And we look forward to seeing you tomorrow
Yes.
for our worship. Now, we mentioned this last week, Thy Kingdom Come. Oh, I had loads of the booklets. Hang on, got one here.
Your turn to get up now.
It is. There we go. Now, hopefully, in church last week, if you were there, everybody would have had a chance to pick up a copy of this novena, this series of readings to take us all from Ascension, when we remember Jesus ascending into heaven, to Pentecost, the time when we remember the coming of the Holy Spirit. Ascension, 40 days after Easter. Pentecost, 50 days after Easter, and sort of the end of the Easter season. This novena, this booklet, is available for free to everybody. So if you didn't pick one up from your church last week, there will be copies there this week. We made sure there were plenty of copies in each church. Please take one home. There is Bible readings and reflections, some really good quality reflections, aren't they, in there. And we will also be using this as the basis for our worship between Ascension Day, which incidentally is this coming Thursday, the 9th, and Pentecost. So we'll have one act of worship digitally each day, using the material from the novena as its basis. And please do worship with us, use the novena book, and pray for 5 people that you perhaps know who don't yet know the love of Jesus in their life. So the novena book gives a really good explanation about all of that, and hopefully we can together, as a benefice, as a group of churches, offer our prayers and our praises during that period.
Excellent.
Yes.
And the novena booklet scores very high, doesn't it, on the sniff scale?
Oh, yeah, I think we did that last week too,
I
didn't
think
we?
we did, yeah.
It's
People will be
still
getting
good.
a
Yeah.
good idea.
Yeah.
Right, now tunes from the 1920s and 1930s. The Wind Orchestra, the Invicta Wind Orchestra, will be in action on Saturday the 4th of May. At
Today.
Good grief, it is, isn't
It is today, this
My
evening.
word, how
Yeah.
time flies. This very evening at 7 o'clock,
Yes.
Tenterden Methodist Church, tunes from the 20s and 30s, and it's the Invicta Wind Orchestra, conducted by Jeremy Cooper. Now, we know Jeremy Cooper, who is the leading light chairman of the Friends of St Mildred's. I don't think it can be
I
that
don't know.
Jeremy Cooper,
Could
it?
be. I don't
Perhaps
know.
it is. Perhaps it's a
Don't know.
hidden talent.
Yeah.
Well, we shall go along and find out.
Songs from your childhood.
Exactly.
There we go.
Well, there we are.
Excellent.
Yes.
Brilliant. Fantastic. And for those of you who are regular attenders at Pie and Pint, please note it's always the first Monday of the month, except when that's a bank holiday. So there won't be Pie and Pint tomorrow, but information will be coming your way for a pie and pint session a week on Monday, so the 13th. That is a session particularly for men who have been bereaved, but not exclusively so. Lindsay is your best point of contact for that.
Yes.
So if you're interested, anyone from across our group of churches is welcome to attend.
Yeah, and for some unaccountable reason, I haven't worked it out yet, there are 2 or 3 people on the mailing list who always give me a nudge.
Ah, they're looking forward to their
And get
pie
their
and
order
pint.
in. I suppose it must be something to do with, I don't know, pie, pint, pub.
Yeah, company, I'm
3 Ps,
sure.
eh?
Yeah. I'm sure the company as well.
Well, possibly the company. So, Chris Northern, John Emmett, Tim Lee, thank you very much indeed for
Named and shamed.
for nudging me into action and for sending in your orders so promptly, a whole week and a bit in advance.
Excellent.
Fantastic.
That is good. Yes, another service coming up next Saturday. You may remember that during Holy Week we followed the women of Holy Week. And you're thinking, well, Holy Week was a while ago now. The last in the series is designed for an act of worship that will take place between Ascension and Pentecost. And so for us, that is next Saturday morning. It's going to be in Tenterden Church at 9 o'clock, followed by breakfast. So 11th of May, come along to Tenterden Church for the final Women of Holy Week. Mary, the Mother of Jesus, will be the subject of that act of worship, and it will complete the set.
Yeah.
So do come along and join
Excellent.
us.
Did you mention Christian Aid Big Breakfast?
No,
you
that's the
haven't.
next breakfast. The following weekend we can do
Yes.
Saturday breakfasts
We
here.
can, in style. Saturday the 18th of May, the Christian Aid Big Breakfast will be held in St Andrew's Parish Centre, and it will start, well it says here 8:15 for an 8:30 start, finish at 10, and it will consist of a cooked breakfast and be followed by a little act of worship during which we will pray for Christian aid and its work and the most vulnerable people in our world. And the financial surplus, if I can put it like that, from the Christian Aid Big Breakfast will go to Christian Aid, and we will lump it all together with the monies that we took during Lent, the Lent lunches. So hopefully we can send a good amount off to Christian Aid and thus support its work. So it gives instructions in Connect Up today. Call Chris Cheeseman and he'll put you on his list.
And if you wish to make a donation direct to Christian Aid, we will be putting that out in Connect Up during the week. You can do so. The day of the door-to-door collections with envelopes has passed, but what we can now do is donate online.
Yes.
And the link went out once last week. We'll pop it in to Connect Up
It's already
again
on the
during
website,
this week.
Andrews.
There we go. Andrew's popped it on the website. So do go in there and you can make a donation direct to Christian Aid.
Christian Aid.
Sorry, complete mind blank. Good. I was just going to mention Ascension Day. I've already mentioned Ascension Day. It is this coming Thursday. If you wish to mark Ascension Day with an act of worship within our group of churches, we are going to be holding 2 services. A morning one at 10 o'clock in St Mildred's in Tenterden, and an evening one at 7 o'clock in Tenterden Church as well. So Ascension Day worship this coming Thursday, the 9th of May.
Yeah. And before we get to birthdays, a little plug. Witchesham Open Gardens, which takes place now every Tuesday right through to the end of the summer. And this week we are invited to go to the home of Sarah Frizzell, 36 Lloyd's Green, and her garden will be open from 11 till 12. For a £4 entry fee, you obviously can have a look at the beautiful garden, enjoy the wonderful company, and sip on a cup of tea, and eat a slice of cake.
No, we haven't got any cake.
No,
That's
right.
disappointing, isn't it?
And also get a raffle ticket or entry into the weekly raffle. So anyway, that's all on or in Connect Up this morning. So have a look at that.
Ooh,
Right.
I'm shuffling my papers the
Yes,
wrong
now
way.
birthdays.
Who's going to like today?
Well, we've got, I don't mind, we've got 3 birthdays, and they're all very neatly clustered onto Tuesday, which is great, isn't it? It's almost like we've herded them together. So, if you like, and we have birthday celebrations to extend to Martin Vink, Angela Goodwin Day, and Susie Darwood.
There we go.
And as I've just said, all those birthdays are on Tuesday morning. Well,
Not
all day
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Just in the morning.
No. God. Yes. Yeah, once you get to lunchtime, that's it.
Birthday's done.
Birthday's done. Sorry about that. All day Tuesday. Yeah.
All day birthdays.
Where are we? Oh, we've got to sing now.
We've got to sing.
Right,
We'll
let's
do
get
this.
the banner.
Okay.
Are you ready with that?
Oh, I'm ready. Can I just ask? Do you join in at home? Do
Please
you
join in
sing?
at home.
Please do. Drown us out if nothing else. And today we're singing for Martin, for Angela, and for Susie. So it's only 3. Do join in. Right, here we go. Ooh, right.
We can take our time.
We can.
All calm and collected.
We are.
Right, are we ready?
Yes.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Martin, Angela and Susie. Happy birthday to you.
Plenty of time.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Well, we hope that this grief.
That's the longest ever. There must be so much gunpowder in there. Woo!
Well, we hope you're going to be beginning your birthdays with a good cup of tea.
Get someone else to grasp the
kettle.
There we
That's
go.
it. Right.
Right.
Let's just see where we are.
Having a cup of
I
tea.
don't know where we are, but right, here we
With
go.
Bernard Cribbins.
With Bernard Cribbins. Here we go. Come on, Bernard, do your stuff. Here he comes.
Right. We'll see you all soon.
Yeah. Bye. Have a good weekend.
Bye.
Kids feed off, even took the seat off. Should have got us somewhere, but no. So Fred said, let's have another cup of tea, and we said, right on. All right, said Fred, have to take the door off, need more space to shift the so-so. Had bad twinges, taking off the hinges, and it got us nowhere, and so we had a cup of tea, and right, said Fred, have to take the wall down, that there wall is gonna have to go. Took the wall down, even with it all down, we was getting nowhere, and so we had a cup of tea, and Charlie had a think, and he said, look Fred, I got a sort of feeling, if we remove the ceiling with a rope or 2, we could drop the bladder through. All right, said Fred, climbing up a ladder with his crowbar, gave a mighty blow. Was he in trouble? Half a ton of rubble landed on the top of his dome. So Charlie and me had another cup of tea, and then we went home. I said to Charlie, we'll just have to leave it standing on the landing, that's all. You see, the trouble with Fred is he's too hasty. Now you never get nowhere if you're too hasty.